Hey guys, I am sorry I haven't been making videos. I'm forgetful. I have pregnant brain, and it's hard for me I forget about this YouTube channel. I know there's only, 56 of y'all. It's a tiny little channel, but I know that there are a lot of you who have experienced a lot of the same things as me, and that if I can help one of you have hope, then this is all worth it. There's a lot of stuff that I still haven't talked about, so I'm gonna just try to talk about it in this video. Um, so a couple of morning sickness remedies. The best thing for me was warm baths. It immediately would help my stomach because I would throw up every 20 minutes and my ab muscles would literally be in pain. My stomach would just hurt from throwing up. And so I would get in a warm lavender bubble bath, and I would get my husband to go to Tropical Smoothie. And because I wasn't able to keep any food down and I was crying and I was thinking I'm a failure as a mother already because I'm not keeping anything down. This baby can't possibly be getting any nutrients. I'm not eating. And so he would go get me Bahama Mama smoothie from Tropical Smoothie almost every single day. And you can make your own smoothies at home, but we live really close to one that has a drive-through. It was just easy for him to go grab me a smoothie. I lived on that till week 20, and I would eat ice chips because I couldn't keep down water. But for some reason, being in the bathtub calmed me down, calmed down my anxiety, relaxed me enough where I could sit there and sip a smoothie. And you can just buy bags of frozen fruit from the store and throw it in your blender, and you don't have to spend all that money on smoothies, like I said. So that's how I kept down. That's what I ate for a long time. When I found out I was pregnant, I weighed 127. When I got pregnant, I got down to 118 from not keeping anything down. And it's really scary because y'all know I've had a miscarriage, and all I wanted was this baby to be healthy. That's all I wanted and prayed for. Like, just give me a healthy baby, just give me a healthy baby. And I wasn't eating anything. Well, the doctors told me, you don't need to worry because that baby is going to take what it needs. But the problem is I'm having a girl, by the way. I just said she, so I might as well just tell y'all, we're having a girl. I'm so excited. But, so I'm ADD and it's really showing right now. So anyways, she was taking her nutrients from my bones. And I think even my hair seemed like it was shedding way more than usual. And I just felt frail. And if you're nauseous, you do not need to go to any restaurants. I made that mistake trying to socialize with my family. I would meet up with them at a Mexican place, and there was one time, and this was actually week 20, this was the last time I got sick. I was eating chips and salsa, and it was so good, and then it just hits. And me and my husband have learned, you keep Walmart bags or, the little plastic bags from the grocery store. Keep them on deck because you never know when it's going to hit you. So I always have like a big purse with me, and I would carry like 1 or 2 Walmart bags, and I would make sure there's no holes in them because you don't want to be throwing up while you're driving, which I did all the time because I would force myself to still do hair because I didn't want to lose my clientele. So I would be driving down the road, throwing up in a bag. I know it's not safe, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You still gotta live your life. And some people are fortunate to have a husband that can pay all of your bills, and mine can pay most of our bills, but I still have to split the mortgage with him and, pay some of my own bills and pay for my salon rent. And so I still had to work. And, you know, if you're trying to get pregnant, I think one of the best ideas is to start trying to save money, like put back 10 or 20% of every paycheck. I wish I had done that. I wish I had had money put back because I didn't know that I was going to be this sick. I had no idea. None of my friends were sick like this. And so, anyways, I had to leave in the middle of dinner because it was about to come out. And I threw up the whole way home. And I said, you know what? I'm done trying to go to restaurants until I am done throwing up. And so I'm guessing I had hyperemesis gravidarum. My doctor gave me samples of Bongesta, and that medication is really only good for you to get some rest. It would knock me out. I think you can only take 2 a day. I can't remember, but it would knock me out for 4 hours, which is fine if you're like I was in like week 8 and 9, I think it was, that I was like the worst weeks. It's the week I went to the ER, had to get Finagrin shot, had to get 2 bags of fluid. One of them had like sugar water in it because I had nothing in my body. And that bill was a pretty steep one just for getting some fluids. I had to get fluids 3 different times. When you have hyperemesis gravidarum, you wake up sick. People would always, this got on my nerves, everybody would say, you need to just eat a cracker when you wake up. Well, guess what? I would wake up sick. I didn't have time to eat a cracker. It was going to come up. Like, that might work for some people, but it when you have hyperemesis, it's not like that. It's not like normal nausea. It's bad. And it would start as soon as I woke up. And so anyways, so my biggest morning sickness tip is to take a warm bath and to eat ice chips and to drink a smoothie slowly. There were days I threw up out of the bathtub into a trash can. I mean, every day was different, and it would seem like when something started to work for me, it would change the next week. And I would just be totally annoyed that, well, now I can't even keep the smoothie down or ice or whatever. For a while, I ate really plain oatmeal. I ate toast with a little butter. Really bland food helps. Now I am week 27. My baby girl should be about 2.2 pounds, something like that. She's growing eyelashes. She's starting to dream. She's starting to have a REM cycle. She's kicking me like crazy. I mean, once I got to week 20, I felt great. I had a really, I went to take my glucose test. Don't let people freak you out about how nasty the drink is. It tasted like flat Sprite. I picked lemon lime as my flavor. It wasn't bad. It was really cold. I just drank it down. An hour later, they pricked my finger, took my blood, and then they did a test on your blood, and I passed the glucose test with flying colors and failed the iron. So now I have to take an iron supplement twice a day with food. No big deal. What else? It's been so long since I've given y'all an update that I feel like there's a whole lot I need to tell you, and I should have made some notes because I know I'm going to forget something. So don't try to work and not try to, like, at least drink some Sprite and maybe crackers. The day that I was doing hair, I was in the middle of highlighting my friend's hair, literally had to do the top and the sides, and I was done, like, foiling. And I started seeing like tunnel vision almost, and I got hot and clammy and like immediately totally sweaty. And I took my gloves off and I sat down in my shampoo bowl chair because I knew I was about to hit the floor, and I'm thinking I can't fall on my stomach. And what I should have done is sat down on the floor, but it happened so fast. I told her I think I'm gonna pass out. So I sat down in the chair and I slowly rolled into the floor and passed out for a minute. And it went black, and then it came back, and she went and got another hairstylist, and she brought me a Sprite. and made me eat a couple of crackers. And I came back to life. I didn't feel good, so I didn't finish her hair, and I sent her to another hairdresser. It was horrible. But if you're like me and you work on your feet, just don't, at least have Sprite on you. Like my sugar, it just seemed like it dropped, and it's just not good. Also, the hematomas that I was in the middle of doing hair again and thought I peed my pants. So I'm blow drying hair. I was like finishing up a color cut. And so I'm wearing a white dress, and I take a tissue and wipe my leg because I'm thinking, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. And I think this was week 13. Yeah, week 13. And so I wiped my leg with a tissue in the salon, and it was bright pink. And I looked at my client and I said, I'm bleeding everywhere. And she just has eyes like saucers. And I'm like, we work next door to Target. I said, will you run and buy some pads? I don't have any in here. And I went to the bathroom, and I called my husband. I called my doctor. My doctor said, go to the closest ER. My husband takes off, comes to the salon, picks me up. We go to the ER. They get me right in, and they took, so the first thing they did was, of course, they asked me a million questions. I had to tell them about my surgery, and I had to tell them about my miscarriage and all that. So then they took us back and checked for the heartbeat, and we heard like a faint heartbeat. I'm losing my mind. My husband's losing his mind. We're thinking we're about to have a miscarriage again. And they take me back, but they didn't take my husband back for an ultrasound. And the baby was fine. She's kicking. She's doing flips. And I'm just crying. I'm like, she's so beautiful. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I'm bleeding. Well, there's nothing they can do for that. When you have a subchorionic hematoma, you just have to go on pelvic bed rest. There's no sex, don't pick up anything heavy, stay in bed until you see your OB. So then I went to see my OB. All she did was check the heartbeat, strong heartbeat, and said, no sex till week 20. Actually, don't even have sex at week 20. We're gonna do another ultrasound. And they did, and that's when they did like the anatomy scan and everything, and the hematomas had dissipated. They usually just go away. Some people's grow bigger, but mine, I think I had 2 or 3, and they just went away. I don't know if that was just all the prayer. I don't know, but I don't know, like, I'm gonna try not to get emotional. My hormones are raging, and I cry very easily. Whew. But anyways, we just prayed and prayed and prayed that this baby would be healthy, and so far so good. And that was very scary. I mean, I'm really trying not to cry, but I think that it's just another test. We're just so grateful that everything's been good. Anyways, so I'm going to show you my bump before I start crying and acting like a total hormonal crazy mess. So this is week 27. Woo, baby. I am huge. I feel humongous. People still tell me I don't look pregnant, and maybe from the front it's like, oh, but then from the side it's like, well, bam. I mean, she's growing, and ever since week 20, I've had my appetite back in full force, and I want all the comfort food. I want green bean casserole. I want mashed potatoes. I want Red Lobster rolls and Rice Krispie treats. And I'm gonna cut down on the sugar, but woo, after you don't eat till week 20, you just, woo, you want it all. So just know if you have any of the issues I have had, it's gonna get better. I mean, I hated when people told me that, because I thought, yeah, right, I've been throwing up every day since May, and but it did get better, and it just was like this, just stopped. I woke up and was like, I almost was really scared, like, is everything okay with her? Because I'm not I'm not throwing up. And it's just like my body got finally adjusted to pregnancy. I am so never doing this again. Like, whew. And we're naming her Ellison Renee. It's a family name. Ellis is my mom's maiden name. I was obsessed with my grandma and grandpa. They were amazing people and they're not alive. And so I wanted to live on their legacy through my baby. So, we might call her Ellis, Ellie, Ellison. I don't know. But it's Ellison Renee. And Renee comes from my mom's middle name. Her sister named her. And so she named me Stephanie Renee. And then I'm going to name my baby Ellison Renee. So, and Ellison means Jehovah is God. And Renee means reborn. I just thought that was perfect for the situation we've been through, because God's the only thing that got me through this. For real, I don't understand how people just don't believe in him. I think that he's the reason I got through this postpartum depression, through this pregnancy. I prayed and prayed and prayed. I'd listen to gospel music in the bath and just cry and just be like, God, please help me get through this. Like, seriously, it was so hard. And anyways, so we're due January 28th, and we're going to go to a newborn care class next week because I've had a lot of anxiety about childbirth, and we're going to go to a breastfeeding class since I have no clue what I'm doing and I want to breastfeed. We're going to go to a CPR class because me and my husband both want to learn, and we're going to go to like I said, the newborn child care is next week. And you just should check with if you're pregnant and you're like me, you've never done this before. I've been around babies my entire life, but I've never had my own baby. And so I just think that I need a refresher course on newborns, and I need to, they also teach you the cues of them getting sick and things to watch for. And anyways, I think that's about it. I've gone long enough talking your head off. Thank you everybody for your support. If any of you need prayers, I'm here. And if any of you have any questions, I'm here. So just leave a comment, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because I need some more people. And I will try to do more updates. I say that every time, but this is week 27 in the books. Bye, y'all.